Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make these stunning little subtle rose beauties, and here I'm pointing at the rose charm because they are absolutely stunning. I couldn't get over them. They are literally the inspiration for today's video, so I had to show you straight from the start because I'm just absolutely stunned with how stunning they are. They are from Shein. They've got all sorts of different colors, and you bet that I'm going to get as many as I possibly can because they're stunning, and the detail on them, oh god, I just can't get over it. So here are the two colors that we are using today. They're the pinky shades. We've got one that's lighter, one that's ever so slightly darker. We've got another two here. One is a bit like a baby blue. The other one's given like a bluey purpley vibe, and it's the darker shade that we've got going on today. And so we're going to start off with our background colors first. So we've got one nail that's going to be the light baby blue shade. We've then got two nails that are going to be that lighter pink shade, which you'll see in just a second. Right next to it, I will do one full nail of the slightly darker pink color, and you'll see the difference between the two. So we've got two of that one, and then another one of that slightly darker one, which I'm going to do now. Can you see it's a bit more like a Barbie pink? It's got a bit more like color to it, if that makes sense. The other pink is a bit more subtle and not so much like in your face. And then lastly, our fifth nail is going to be an ombre, and you all know I love my ombre, so we're going to do a three-way ombre on this one. And usually on ombre nails, I always feel the urge to put crystals on them, and today I just really wanted roses to be the showstopper of the set. So at first I wanted to place crystals on this nail, but later on I ended up doing like a embossed rose look, which I've actually never done. It was the first time in this set that I've done these kind of roses, and it came out looking so good, and I'm so glad I did it and not stick to my usual crystals, whack crystals on some ombre nails, and you're good to go. So we've got two layers of everything applied, still wet because I'm going to sugar one of the nails, so I'm going to apply the glitter I've got here on the darker pink nail. The glitter is from Larissa. I'll have a link in the description for you guys to check them out. I believe my link or code will save you guys some money. I also have a link for Madam Glam down there too. If you wanted to shop with them, it will save you guys 35% if you use my code. So now that everything is cured, I am now going to do an ombre using the three colors that we've got going on. So the two nails that we've got the light pink going on, I'm going to pick up some of the darker pink onto my brush, and I'm going to use this as an outline of where I want to place the marble. So on the first nail, you want to do almost like an upside down smile line. So you don't have to cure it, you can use any colour really, it's just any colour to just kind of guide you where you want to place your marble. And here's me picking it up on my ombre brush, and I'm just going to float it onto where I've just outlined. And if at any moment, you get it out of the line, not to worry, if it's just ever so slightly, you'll be just fine, because that's where we're going to place our purple rose along with some opal crystals. But if you go really out of the line, just grab yourself some lint-free wipe or wipe it away, fix up your line, and you'll be good to go. So here's me just smudging it around, and if there's any areas you feel like you want a bit more of the darker purpley blue shade, or if you want a bit more pinky or a baby blue, just pick it up on your brush and just smudge it in there, and it will look great. So we're going to do something very similar on the other pink nail, but we're going to do it the other way around. So this time it looks like I'm doing a proper French tip smile line, but we're going to pop the marble at the top part of this nail rather than the bottom one. So we're just flipping it around compared to the other nail, and then pop it into the lamp again. And also do bear in mind, you don't want this marble part to be too thick, so do bear that in mind when you're scraping it on. And this nail was a very good example where I didn't have enough kind of like marble left on my palette, so I'm just kind of picking up random colours or any bits and bobs that I feel like I'm missing, and I'm just smudging it in there and making it work. So that's good. It's a good example of a nail to show you. And like I said, pop it into the lamp, and then we can crack on with our next nail, which is going to be the darkest, well, it's not actually the darkest, but it's the light blue nail that we done earlier. So here I'm doing a French tip using that slightly darker pink shade, and I'm just going to the smile line here, colour in the tip, pop into the lamp. I will do the other coat off camera, just especially since we've got a darker shade in the background, you will want to do two layers. Although quite a lot of Madam Glam gel polishes, I find them super opaque, and sometimes you can literally get away with one, but since we've got a darker shade in the background, you probably struggle to get away with one. It will go into the lamp, I'll do another coat, And then I believe we should be able, to do the crystals. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I love those flowers, those roses. I can't get over it. I think it must be like a trend right now, because when I go on Shein, there's just so many of them. And like, I'm a massive Shein nail charm kind of like crystal. I just almost every other day I check Shein for new nail stuff, and I've not seen them before, so it's really nice to see them on there, I have to admit. And they glow in the dark too, which I didn't show you. I'm such a shame, but they glow in the dark. Amazing, honestly. Get your hands on some, and they do different sizes. One's larger, one's smaller. Literally, check them out. And on that note, actually, I'll shout out Quidco. I've been talking about them quite often recently, but it's a nice way to support the channel, and also it's a way to kind of give back to you guys too, because if you use the Quidco link in the description, create yourself an account, and it's a cashback website which you can literally shop through. They've got everything on there, even Shein. You get, I think, 4% cashback, which is always nice. They've got AliExpress, literally nail products you can buy, but also groceries, clothing, anything you can think of is probably on them. And you just go ahead and shop online as you would, any other time, and you get yourself money back, literally free money in a sense. And if you use my link in the description and my code or whatever it is that's down there, once you get yourself £5 cash back through your shopping, it will give you an additional £15 for free, which is really, really nice. So definitely check it out. You can get yourself free money, and you can also save money on shopping, which honestly, since I've found that website, I can't get over it. I've been using it every single day, and I've been using it for years. I just never thought of mentioning it, but recently I have, and a lot of comments was telling me that they're so happy that I've told them about it and they can use it now, and they've been saving money, which makes me really, really happy. So every so often I'll talk about it and let you guys know, and that's also a nice way to support the channel as well. So thank you so much, guys, if you use my link. So I'm just finishing up with the crystal placement. There's some opal crystals which I got on AliExpress, and the caviar beads are from Shein as well. And you're just doing you're going down in sizes when it comes to the opal crystals, and I'm just placing 2 caviar beads next to each other in between each crystal as well. So here they are next to each other, all nice and done. Oh my god, I love these nails. They're so pretty. Those, I still can't get over those roses. So now it's time to top coat these beauties. So we're doing a Madam Glam matte top coat. It's their velvet matte top coat. Apply it on all the nails. Of course, try and avoid the crystals and the flower as much as you possibly can. And then we've just got some embossed roses to do, and the slight little glitter detail on the French tip as well is coming up very shortly. So like I mentioned before, doing these roses was very new to me. I've done blooming gel roses before, but not one of those where you literally have to, I just feel more comfortable using the blooming gel method, because it kind of does the work for you. So you just do random little like half circles, and it just does the job for you. You don't have to worry too much. But here, how you place the lines and how, how curved you make them, how thick you make them, it's all up to you, and that's kind of your rose. So it was a bit worrying and challenging at first, I thought, but I did my first one and it came out amazingly, and I was pretty shocked. And I noticed that they're much easier than I actually thought, which is great. So I looked at some pictures just for inspiration and just kind of gauge what they're supposed to look like, and it looks like a lot of people kind of make it look like the hands are shaking and they make the lines a bit wonky and wobbly. So I attempted to do that, and it worked out pretty well. So that's a little tip for you guys too, if you're worried like I was on how to do these roses. Just give your hand a little shake and you've got yourself a rose. So on this French tip nail, I'm going to do one fairly chunky darker blue rose at the top right hand side kind of thing, and then we're going to do one slightly smaller tiny little one just below on the left hand side under the rose. And then don't cure it. Before you cure it, we're going to sprinkle on some clear acrylic, which is what's going to make it look kind of 3D. It's going to give it a little bit of a texture and make it look really, really cute. It's a similar way of where you make your sweater looks in the Christmas time. It's basically the same method, but rather than doing a sweater look, we're doing roses. So this little rose ended up being a bit wonky, but that's okay. No rose is ever perfect. So I'm just kind of checking to see if I like it. I do feel like in the future, the wider away I'm getting, like the bigger the petals, I feel like I should make them thicker, but they're all just kind of staying the same thickness, which is fine. They look really nice too, but I feel like for improvement purposes, I feel like I should have made them a bit thicker. But that's just my personal opinion there. That's gone into the lamp now. We've now got to work on the ombre nails. So since I've got an ombre going on, I thought, right, where I've got the blue, the light blue, I'm going to do a dark rose right there. using that darker shade. I don't know if you want to call that a blue or a purple. Kind of giving like a dark purple vibe. It's kind of got these blue undertones. I'm not too sure, but that color. And you want to do that in the center. And then at the bottom, when we've got the dark blue or purple, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to do a pink rose. And then at the top where I've got the pink, I'm going to do the baby blue shade rose. So you see the process in just a second. Well, I mean, I'm going through it now, but when we get to the other two colors, and when you get to the pink nail, the pink side of the nail where I'm doing the light blue rose, I'm kind of trying to keep it on the right hand side in the corner so that I'm not covering the whole nail, and it looks like it's kind of slanting over. So I'm going to work on it now there. So I'm kind of focusing it more on the right hand side, and I'm kind of stopping about halfway down the nail, like where I stopped doing the petals. And then at the bottom, since we've got such a tiny little corner there, I just cover the whole little corner with the pink rose, which I wasn't too sure whether I made the right decision color-wise. I did sit there for a bit, I have to admit, thinking, right, do I do baby blue on the pink side, or on the darker bluey side, or do I not? Or do I do like a pink rose in the center? And I did spend a little bit of time thinking about it, I have to admit. But I'm pretty happy with how it came out. But I was a bit worried about the pink being on the darkest side. I don't know, I just thought, will it come out looking good? Is the pink going to, like, are you going to be able to tell that it's pink? I don't really know what I was really thinking, because you could, nothing was a problem, which is nice. But I did sit there for a while thinking about it. So there was a process to the color choices today. And then once you're happy again, grab yourself some clear acrylic, sprinkle it on top of these beautiful roses that you've just created, pop it into the lamp. I like to do a double cure just because, you know, you've got one set of a product in another product, and it just makes me feel a little bit more safer and calmer if I just double cure it. No one's wearing these nails. This is just for tutorial purposes. I'm just showing you a design that you could recreate, or give you some ideas and stuff you can recreate yourself or do it on a client. So I didn't have to worry too much, but just for peace of mind, I like to do a double cure. And now that that's done, we've got one last little step before we finish the video, and it's this French tip nail. I'm going over the smile line with the same pink shade, and I'm just going over it. It's a bit tricky because you're trying to maintain the same line thickness, which is a little bit difficult. Once you've got your line all nice and done and you're happy with it, you want to do another one a little bit lower, but leaving a little bit of a gap in between though. And then we're going to sprinkle on some of that glitter that we used earlier on that full sugared nail. Sprinkle it on, pop into the lamp, and we're done. So this was a little way of kind of including a bit more glitter into the set, because otherwise I felt like the other nail was a bit out of place, just on its own, just glittery there. Everything else was a bit more muted and matte looking. So I thought I could add a little detail somewhere in the set with some glitter. I don't know why I've disappeared. Maybe looking for the glitter. Or my little container. It's often that I forget my little container. Here it is. So back out with the glitter. I haven't actually used that glitter forever. It's literally almost full in its little container. Tap away the excess, pop it into the lamp, get yourself a brush, get rid of any excess off the nail once you've cured it, and here are the final results. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!